And we are back. And we finish 2017's The Greatest Showman, rated PG with a runtime of 1 hour and 45 minutes. This is the story of P.T. Barnum, played by the always lovely Hugh Jackman, and how his circus came into being. This is directed by Michael Gracey, with writing credits to Jenny Bicks and Bill Condon. Again, this is the story of Hugh Jackman as a young man who falls in love.
P.T. Barnum as a young man.
Well, no, wait. We're introduced to him as a young boy who becomes orphaned and is kind of like on the edge of society.
He's one of the poor undesirables.
Yes.
And he had sort of like a brief run-in with high society when his dad, who was a tailor, goes to, I guess, fit a suit for a rich snob.
Oh my God!
And PT there, or Phineas, decides he's going to make the guy's daughter laugh. He succeeds. She messes up her dress, and he gets a nice big slap from the dad, right across the face.
Right across the face.
And of course, because the upper crusts of society are allowed to do whatever the hell they want, basically they get dismissed. And then his dad, I guess, dies of one of the many wonderful ailments that affected people back.
Probably like tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis
and
or
some other
whooping cough or whatever.
Yeah, or maybe like it was like a twofer.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a paper cut.
Yeah. I mean, things were unsanitary back in the day.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, he goes to the theater riding an elephant. That thing must have just been unloaded all over the place.
And fleas and God knows what else. All right, so I'm going to go around the table and
Elephants don't have hair.
I mean, they don't have hair like us, but I think they do a little bit.
No, they do end up sometimes getting little parasites on their skin, and sometimes birds will land on them and
all right,
pick them off.
All right, wrap it up.
It's just life, Mom.
All right. I'm going to start with you. This is your first time watching this from start to finish. What did you think?
Oh, it's very nice. It's a good... I'm not a big musical guy, but all the songs are real hits.
Yeah.
I mean, very catchy songs.
Very catchy. Frozen 2, I'm looking at you.
Oh, God. Yeah, they really phoned that one in. That was a cash grab.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be a third one. I hope they...
Really?
Yeah.
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 Where the hell have I been?
Do you... I mean, come on. They're going to ride that horse until it doesn't have legs anymore.
Did the second one make money?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Little kids love that.
Little kids love Ava and Elsa. Is that what it is?
Anna
and Elsa.
How do you not know that? You've been in this house with these children.
It's been a long time since I've been in the little kid demographic, and especially I've never been in the little girl demographic. I don't care.
Okay. Wait.
Do you want to build a snowman?
I know that one. That was a catchy tune.
Well, the first one just had bangers.
Yeah,
all right, but getting back to this one, The Greatest Showman.
The Greatest Showman. This one had a lot of hits too. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of really good music in this. And
It's
of course,
surprising, right? In the year of our Lord 2017 that they're making musicals. You figure that's more of like a 40s, 50s type of dealio.
Were these all original songs? Like for this thing, or
I don't know.
Yeah, because I am absolutely not in tune with pop music, so especially around that time. These weren't like songs that were adapted for this, were they?
I mean, originally I thought that this might have been like a Broadway show because it has a very Broadway show vibe to it.
Did you research it?
I did not. But a lot of these songs are written by Benj, Pasek, and Justin Paul. I'm looking at the IMDb page, and yeah, they seem to have written a lot of the songs on this thing.
Well, Benj and the other guy did a great job.
Yeah, Justin Paul. Benj Pasek.
So anyway, yeah, I liked it. Hugh Jackman was great.
He's good,
He is
right?
definitely, he throws himself into every job he's in.
Yeah.
Like, that guy works.
For sure.
I don't think I've ever seen even that terrible Remembrance or whatever the hell that movie was.
Oh, Reminiscence.
He's in it.
Yeah. And he's not phoning it in.
That was
shite.
That was a turd.
She was in it too, right?
Rebecca Ferguson was in it.
Was she with the woman that he was like in love with? Was that her? I don't remember. Now I'm like drawing a blank.
I think they both had red hair.
Yeah. I think it was her.
The more I forget about that movie, the happier
The better.
I am.
Yeah, I know. I've blocked it out for the most part. And most of the performers are singing here. Zendaya's in it, and she sings. Zac Efron's in it from the High School Musical franchise, and he's in it singing.
Was she in that High School Musical franchise too?
Zendaya, no. She was on another Disney show.
Another Disney show. Right?
Casey Undercover.
There you go. Yeah. She was like an operative in the high schools or something.
Did she sing on that show?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well,
the only
she does
singing
a
was
great
Hannah
job.
Montana.
Yeah.
Everyone did a great job.
Everyone was fantastic. All the oddities, as they called them.
Yeah.
The bearded lady.
She had a fabulous voice.
Yeah.
Anything else jump out at you? A lot of this is CG'd. But it's done in a...
You know what? It's CG, yes.
But
it's CG, but it's done in a way that's not jarring because you could totally see that color palette on like an old time poster for the circus. The color palette they used worked with
phenomenal.
The CG so that they did a really good job. The elephants looked real. Throwing the hat around, doing crazy stuff. It all looked real.
Yes.
There was very little that was just sort of like, all right, that looks weird. I think there was one time when, what's his name, like General Tom Thumb or whatever his name was riding on a horse in the background. That looked a little. That horse looked a little crazy.
Yeah.
But everything else was great. And it was a nice story. It was just sort of like he has his story arc, his kind of his ambition blinds him to what was important in life.
Sure. But he manages to recover.
He comes around. He gets everything he wants, but then he loses it, and then
he has to start over.
Start over, and he has the support of all the people that he met along the way, which is it's a classic story.
Yeah,
and it works.
Yeah. G, I'm going to come to you. What did you think? You've seen this many times now. I think the first time we actually went to see this in the theater with Cleo.
Yep.
What did you think?
I've always liked this film. I never had a problem with it.
Any particular highlights for you? I feel like we can spoil this. This is over 5 years, so
it's like 6, 7 now.
Yeah,
it'll be 7 this year.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't think that there's anything that I particular thought was like super cool or interesting. Like the whole thing is not bad. Mm-hmm. It's not my favorite movie ever, but I enjoy it. It's entertaining.
Did you have a favorite character or scene?
Probably not for either.
Okay. What do you think of the idea of acceptance and inclusion? That seems to be a big theme, especially with the oddities, that they are accepted and included. They get that opportunity by being brought into Barnum circus because, again, in the real world, they're outcasts, but in the circus, they are
stars.
They are stars.
I always think that everyone should be accepted and included, but obviously that's not really the way things are, and it's shown in this movie. It's always stupid to me, though, because like these protesters are talking like, go back home or whatever, but it's not like the oddities or whatever are like encroaching on their lives or something. They're staying in the circus.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like I'm going to take your job as a plumber.
Yeah. They're in one specific area that's designated for them. It's a circus.
But I guess we could go back to the idea of fear makes people do crazy things. They fear what they don't know, what they don't understand, so they're going to rail against it. I mean, I turned to you at one point. I'm like, so they paid to go in to heckle these guys? It was like silly.
So dumb.
I mean, they look like they're dock workers. It's like, just
yeah. I mean, seriously,
bro.
The guys in the circus that were yelling at them, they were filthy. It wasn't like as though it was a bunch of guys in tuxedos. Yeah, it's like
seriously.
Yeah, and like a nickel was a lot back then.
Sure.
It was like you saved up a week to go to that show. And all you did it so you could throw some rotten turnips at a trapeze artist?
Yeah.
I can see that happening now because people just have no sense of what disposable income really is. And it's just like, I'll just put it on my credit card.
I'll Venmo you the money.
Back then, it's like, Martin, we need the money for food. No, I must heckle. That bearded lady's really getting under my skin.
What about you, Olive G? Do you have a favorite character or scene in this film? Did you like Annie, the trapeze artist?
No.
Why?
No.
Why did you like her?
She had pretty costumes and that
Is it
awesome
because
wig.
she hooked up with Zac Efron?
Philip.
Yeah.
Really? That bothered you?
Yeah.
But
I
that
don't know.
wa-
He seemed a little weird.
There was nothing weird about him. He was just blah. She could have done better, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. He was
But that
weird.
was one of the themes of the movie. That there's no difference between the upper crust guy and the oddity. Even though she really wasn't much of an oddity.
No,
she
she
was. She was a
Yeah,
talent.
she was a
She was a
trapeze.
talented gymnast trapeze artist.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she had a football-sized goiter growing out of her neck or something like that. That was like
Wasn't the bald lady though?
yeah. I mean, I got to be honest. There were a couple of oddities there where I was just like,
What makes you
"What?
odd?
What exactly is your oddity? It's you're a talented singer."
Well, I mean, let's look at the fat man. He wasn't the fattest man.
No, I mean he was marginally heavier than the bearded lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, he was getting his shirt stuffed with pillows to make himself even look
bigger.
even bigger.
Right. And it was so funny because he's like, I'm 500 pounds. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're like 300.
Yeah.
Don't even. And then Hugh Jackman's like, oh, 700? And I'm like,
So
dude.
750.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, you're really reaching here.
No. Well, that's what he did. He was he would exaggerate to make
He
it.
was a con man.
Yeah.
I don't know about a con man.
A liar.
He committed fraud.
He absolutely committed fraud. Yeah. When I was watching,
Why do we gotta go
yeah,
on that?
when I was watching it, I was just like, yeah, he's defrauding the bank, and it's just
F the banks.
Yeah.
When do you care about the banks?
So it's gonna hurt somebody down the line. Some of the oddities were not that weird, and yeah, like he's exaggerating. I mean, Tom Thumb, was that his character's name?
His name was Charles Stratton, I think.
Charles Stratton, but they had him dressed up as a little general and whatnot, and he was apparently from New York, and they're billing all these people from all these exotic locations.
Yeah, his name in the marquee was Tom Thumb.
Okay, yeah, because I remember that. I have a vague recollection of things that were like actually real in P.T. Barnum Circus, and I'm pretty sure one of them was a little guy called General Tom Thumb.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, some of the freaks were not freaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably the only thing. But they're going for singing and dancing more than deformity or anything like that.
Still, I'm gonna go back to you, Olivia. Who is your favorite character?
You can just not have one. That's cool too.
I don't know. I'm still thinking.
What about Barnum? Did you like Barnum?
No.
What about him
Really?
did you like?
He committed fraud. He was a bad husband.
He wasn't a bad husband.
He should have never gone to that tour.
Okay,
he was
granted, shouldn't have
ambitious.
gone
He
on
was
the
he
tour.
was overly ambitious, and he lost sight of what was important.
He should have never lost sight. Jesus.
If he
Well,
never
it's
lost
easy.
sight, you wouldn't have a movie.
Yeah.
you got to have some sort of conflict.
And he wanted to constantly prove that he was good enough to run in high society social circles. It was very
He didn't
important.
prove anything.
He really
doesn't.
didn't. He really didn't.
He doesn't, but he's stuck in his head.
It's when you
He's
get
his own worst enemy.
Then he's dumb.
when you get an obsession stuck in your mind.
Yeah.
It just and honestly, his obsession was what also made him a success.
Yes.
because he was tenacious about getting this
Stuff done.
circus off the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And-
also willing to defraud banks in the
And
process.
willing to defraud banks. Yeah, but you did what you did to survive back then because there
Sure.
wasn't any social safety net back then.
No, not at all. Not at
I
all.
don't know.
Nah.
What about Caroline and Helen, the daughters? Did you like them?
There's nothing I really like about them.
No.
Yeah,
No, they're just
they
there.
were kind of props.
What about Jenny Lind, the singer?
Who was that?
The
singer,
homewrecker.
Opera
the singer that
singer.
I
almost
hated her. She was a homewrecker. She was a greedy piece of crap. She deserves to burn in a fire. I hate that woman so much.
You know, Barnum didn't really lead her on, though, did he?
No, he didn't.
He never made any promises to her.
yeah, well, she was so
completely
annoying.
misconstrued.
She met his children.
yeah.
Yeah, she met his
She just-
wife,
His
his
wife and children.
She did not care.
She did not care. Yeah,
Piece of trash.
dirty Europeans.
I bet she was really enjoying that scene where she's in the carriage and he runs into the carriage and they're driving off and his children are screaming at him to not leave and
Complete
chasing
menace.
after him, and his wife is staring after him all melancholy. I bet she was loving that.
Yeah. What did we think of the bearded lady, Letty?
She was okay.
She was great. She got an amazing voice on her. So still no favorite character?
Nah, no.
No. All right. Favorite scene? Did you have a favorite scene
Or song.
or song? This Is Me. I think This Is Me was one of the songs nominated for the Oscars that year.
I like the scene where his wife left him.
God.
My goodness.
He deserved it.
Any favorite song?
I remember that This Is Me song being super, super, super popular that year.
Yeah, I remember he used to play it all the time.
I remember you used to play it all the time.
No, was he?
So there it is. That is your favorite song.
No, not anymore.
I'm not
Not
asking you what's your
anymore,
favorite song
but-
now. I'm saying what's your favorite song out of the movie?
What do the songs sound like?
Oh,
Okay,
come
just
on.
Olivia favorite song from this film was This Is Me.
Nah.
And my favorite song is the one that the wife sings when she's...
Tightrope.
Yeah, that or whatever.
When she's by herself in the house.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like
I like that song a lot too.
I like the scene with where she's dancing,
And then he disappears.
with the curtain.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool.
I like that a lot too. Yeah, there's some really good CG work in this movie.
Yeah, the choreography is excellent.
Yes,
It is
agreed.
outstanding. All the dance numbers from the get go.
Yeah.
This film comes out like just guns blazing.
Yeah,
Wait, I know what my favorite song is.
Which one?
Oh, that A Million Dreams song.
That one's great too.
Yeah,
A Million Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
They go back to that song a couple of times too.
Yeah. Does anybody have any parting thoughts?
No, I mean this is just a flat out entertaining movie. I mean, I don't know. I doubt it's even remotely historically accurate. I'm sure P.T. Barnum was not as good looking as Hugh Jackman or as nice as Hugh Jackman.
I have a parting thought.
Yes.
Whenever I hear about Hugh Jackman, I think of this one video of someone dressing up as Wolverine for Halloween, and then when he was asked about it, he said he's dressed up as Huge Jackoff.
I'm sure that guy hears that a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure he
Yeah.
grew up. I mean, he's from
Yeah.
Australia. I'm sure they
So this was actually
ribbed the hell out of
nominated
it.
for Best Original Song at the 2018 Oscars. Was up against some pretty heavy hitters. Did not win, but I totally co-sign on the winner. This Is Me from The Greatest Showman by music and lyrics by Benj, Pasek, and Justin Paul. Stand Up for Something from the movie Marshall. Music by Diane Warren, who's probably got like a million of those. Lyric by Ronnie R. Lynn and Diane Warren. Mystery of Love from Call Me By Your Name. Music and lyric by Sufjan Stevens.
Wait, which one won?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh my God.
Mighty River from Mudbound, which we saw, which we liked.
Yeah.
Music and lyric by Mary J. Blige, Raphael Sadiq, who we love, and
Oh my God.
Tora Stinton.
Remember Me one.
And Remember Me from Coco. Wow.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that
I don't
totally
think- I
makes
don't think
sense.
it'd be Remember
Yeah.
Me.
I mean, This Is Me is a great song, but it's not Remember Me. But a song with the word me in it won. Okay, I'm gonna go. I love this movie. I saw it with the kids and our little friend Cleo many years ago. I think in 2017 at the theater. It was a great experience. This is definitely a big production and just really from top to bottom. Definitely family fun fare.
Absolutely, yeah.
Nothing objectionable. Colorful, bright, gorgeous set pieces, costuming, choreography. It's funny. I briefly looked at that Oscars page, and this film did not win like makeup and styling, which is too bad. It went to something called Darkest Hour, and I think costuming went to Phantom Thread, which I'm like, really? I feel like the costumes on this were a little bit brighter and bolder, but what do I know? Yeah, everything about this just pops off the screen is wonderful. I could totally see this as a Broadway musical. I think it definitely lends itself to that medium. And yeah, it's just fun and sweet, and definitely Hugh Jackman is just sensational in it and just does a really great character arc here from start to finish. Definitely goes on that hero's journey, gets knocked down but does not get knocked out, and just the messages of inclusion and acceptance and love and how we're all just basically the same. I think that totally resonates and is a really great messaging. It's not egregious, it's not over the top, it's just very subtle throughout the film, and it works.
Yeah, it makes sense in the story.
Yeah, and I really, really enjoyed this. It on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this movie an 8. I think this is a banger. What do you say? 1 to 10.
I'd also give it an 8.
Jay.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8 too.
8.5.
8.5. Your father's favorite film. 8.5. Absolutely. If you have Disney Plus, go check out The Greatest Showman from 2017. You will not be disappointed. I also want to give a shout out to my lovely friend, Miss Angie. This is very, very late, but happy belated birthday, my dearest friend. I hope it was as marvelous as you are. And with that, we will bid you all a
Good night.
Good night.
Right.
good night.